G'day, ZiggyD here with some Path of Exile news. Today I'm going to be going through two of the teaser posts that have been posted in regards to the Path of Exile upcoming expansion pack on March 5th, Sacrifice of the Vaal. You guys probably saw my dramatic reading earlier, sort of talking about the theme and everything of the expansion pack, but we've actually got some teasers now. The first one didn't have too much in it that I thought was very informational, but now that the second one has came out, there's some interesting little pieces that we can start to put together. So let's go through these. So the first teaser screenshot is posted here, which I'll take a look at in a second. Also includes this item, but we'll come back to this. So let's go take a look at the teaser image. Now the first thing that comes to mind here, or the first thing that really jumps out, is this corrupted affix here on the sword. So this item, I don't really see anything else unusual about this. Level 53 sword, all of these affixes are within range of what's normal for this sword. I don't really see anything out of the usual here. But this corrupted affix is something else, so that leads me to believe that corruption, it adds some sort of positive / negative effect to the items. I'm expecting that it's some sort of on-use effect or on-wearing effect, so as you're using that item, there's some sort of positive and negative consequences for that. So I'm thinking, you know, some sort of increase in power at some sort of cost. But we also have something else here. We have a white socket. Now, white sockets have been in the game for a while, you know, through Tabula Rasa and that. But they have also been teased at with like the Prismatic Eclipse Unique. But we haven't really discovered whether there's like a recipe or something to create these now. And it's possible that's kind of all just been GGG trolling for quite a bit there. Like there's just been some trolling going on. But with the white socket just here, this kind of leads you to believe that it's something to do with the corrupted affix. So that's a possibility, that's definitely a possibility. However, I also suspect that that's also just an extension of this trolling of the white sockets, and that maybe there's some other way still to get these white sockets, and it's just a coincidence that it spawned on a corrupted item, or that it is on a corrupted item. So, not sure. Chris said that they just found this item, so he's like farming sun or something it looks like, and or slums it looks like, and he found a corrupted item there, and it has a white socket, so maybe it is to do with the corrupted, but I suspect there's something more going on. Now, there's something else in this screenshot. Now, if we look all the way down here, I can't really even zoom that in, you'll see above what looks like, I think it's either lightning strike or spark, I'm pretty sure it's lightning strike, but anyway, there's a little blood icon just above there. So I believe this, you know, being red and there's also the corrupted thing here, is a corrupted skill gem. So the initial like teaser or announcement post for Sacrifice of the Vaal said that there would be corrupted skill gems, items, and other things like that. So we're seeing a corrupted skill gem here. What that does, some sort of increased power at some sort of cost, don't know. So as I said, this screenshot doesn't really show us all that much, except for that there may be a way to get white sockets. It may be related to corrupted. We can see corrupted spawns as an affix on the item, and also that we get with the corrupted skill gems a little icon showing that it is a corrupted skill gem there. So just confirmation of that. So let's actually go back to this first one for a sec, because we can actually see the item. Now in this one, it doesn't actually look like it, but the corrupted looks like a part of the normal affixes. However, in this one, it's underneath a line, a divider line. Now usually, like for example, uniques have a divider line, then there's the flavor text. So that leads me to believe that the whole corrupted thing is more of a flavor texty sort of thing. Like I believe it actually does something with the mechanics in the game, but that it's not part of like your normal affixes. It's something else on top of the items, which makes sense given that it's something new that's been added in an expansion pack. So what that actually means, don't know. A bit early to say. But let's go have a look at the second teaser now. Here we go. Second teaser. First thing that jumps out. Well, let's go into the we'll go into the actual image first. First thing that jumps out is Unset Ring. Oh, it's a ring with a socket. What? We can go back and look here. Yes. Unset Ring requires level 45, so pretty high item level requirement, which is a bit unfortunate because I was considering using this on a low level unique I wanted to create. But anyway, the Unset Ring requires level 45, has no other implicit other than the fact it has a socket in it. Obviously this can spawn as any of the colors, potentially white, I don't know, maybe if it spawns corrupted, we'll see. But what this means is if you want an extra skill gem slot for something like a portal or something just like an extra skill you need, then you can get this on an unset ring. However, you have to sacrifice an implicit, so this could be like your prismatic resistances, or it could be a coral ring, or anything, or it could be a crit ring or something like that. So you're sacrificing a decent amount of stats for that extra socket, which to me sounds pretty balanced, and I'm glad they've added this into the game. So the Unset Ring's pretty cool. Whether there'll be anything else that goes on with the Unset Rings, or whether there's going to be unique added in the game with the Unset Rings, highly likely I reckon, but we don't really know anything about that just yet. But the Unset Ring is very, very cool. So I'm keen to see that. I'm assuming you can use chromatic orbs on that as much as you want as well to change the color, just like any other item. However, there's something else going on in here. We have a new Unique Quiver. Oh! Everyone's been wanting Unique Quivers for quite a while. There's a pretty limited selection, especially of endgame ones. So we don't know we don't know anything really about this just yet, other than if we look at the burning arrow here, it has a 0 charge next to it. So things that have charges like this are usually traps. You use, they start with 3 charges. You use them, and then you can it has to regen before you get the charges back and can use it some more. So on first impressions, it looks like this quiver turns your burning arrow or any other linked or any other arrow gems or bow gems into traps. However, I don't see a recharge on this. Like, usually it has a recharging timer thing that spins around and it goes back to 1. Also, since it doesn't look like he's recently placed any traps, I don't think this is a trap. I see a lot of people hypothesizing this is a trap. I don't actually think so. Now, we can definitely tell that it's coming from the quiver because here's burning arrow, the only it could be this one or this one, but either ones are not linked to anything. So it must be the quiver affecting, so this has some sort of global bow gems effect on it that gives it this charge sort of feature. Oh, actually, is that a corrupted icon? So this could actually be a corrupted icon then and not related to the quiver. So 2 things then. It could be the quiver or it could be a corruption on the actual skill gem. So another theory then is that this is something that recharges maybe as you get kills or as something else happens, then you get a charge and you can use that burning arrow. Now, I'm guessing because that limits the amount you can use burning arrows severely, that it has to be very, very powerful based on that. So maybe we're talking like this is a good like one-shotting boss sort of skill with the corrupted affix on it. I'm not sure, but maybe it's like a kill counter. You get charges after you kill things, and he's just used up all the charges there. So not really sure about that. Now we have a white gem here in the helmets here. Now there exists a white gem in the game already, the portal gem, and I suspect this is just a portal gem. He doesn't have it linked down with his skill bar or anything, but again, how I said the white socket thing has a bit of a theme, a bit of a history of some GGG trolling. I suspect that this is just a portal gem, and they're trying to make us grasp at straws here, and this is actually not something else. I don't think there's a new white gem added in, so I do suspect that that's just a little troll. He's just throwing that in there just to sort of throw people off a little bit. But I suppose it could be a new white gem, but I suspect it's a portal. I strongly suspect it's a portal. So some pretty interesting stuff. New Unique Quiver coming. Quiver could have some impact on bow gems, or it could be the corrupted affix causing this to have some sort of charge feature. But lots of interesting stuff coming in Sacrifice of the Vaal. I'm pretty hyped for the expansion pack. Comes out on March 5th, and the new leagues begin along with it. So we'll be getting some more announcements over the next, over the coming days until then. So stay tuned, and if there's any cool new stuff, I'll keep you guys informed. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.